Okay, this is my thoughts about this. Okay, X-Men should not ever come back. Marvel has its head up its behind so much that's not even funny. They can't even make a good series. They can't even make good comics nowadays. Let alone good things based off those comics. Uh, WandaVision was meh. Like, good grief. Like, they ruined Fox's Quicksilver for a freaking boner joke. Like, that fight with him and Monica was so anticlimactic. Like, the way Monica got her powers was just eh. And it didn't really make sense. It really doesn't make sense the way Monica got her powers, actually. Considering that whole field is a hex from Wanda. It is magic, yet somehow that randomly gave her superpowers? The hell? That was so stupid, man. Made no sense. And it's completely contradictory to the way she actually got powers in the comics. Not to mention, in the comics, yeah, Monica had both parents. Yeah, not that stereotypical BS of daddy's not there and single motherhood, which I think is a despicable cry in shame. Oh my gosh, don't get me started on how they neutered freaking Marvel. Bruh, I was hoping to see, Marvel in this movie, because I've heard stuff about him. You know how he whooped Thanos and whatnot. So I'm thinking, oh snap, they're gonna introduce a very good character. Nah, they neutered Marvel, turned him into a chick, a weak ass old lady that gets destroyed in one blast. Boop, gone. Just gone. And after that, don't hear from him no more. It was like Black Panther. It was alright. The story was pretty good. Just wish they hadn't just killed off Claw in the first half. Like, you set him up in Ultron just to have him killed off like that. Like, really? Not to mention that last fight scene was such trash. How could you? The first Black Panther film. And you have my boy Chadwick Boseman and freaking Michael B. Jordan in that lousy CGI mess of a fight scene. Have you idiots heard of practical effects? Practical effects has been a thing for the longest time, and it is it makes films better. Like old films like Predator and whatnot, those effects still hit to this day. Ghostbusters, the effects in the first Ghostbusters, oh my gosh, jaw dropping and jaw droppingly dope. But like nowadays, it's like you could tell what's what. It's too obvious. The CG is too obvious, and I'm just like, and it doesn't hit anymore. It's just, bland, just blandness. No feeling, no soul, just blandness. Think of the lousiest white rice you have ever. Think of the blandest white rice. Not even black rice. The blandest soup. The blandest soup, just no flavor or nothing like that. Watery as hell. Yeah, that's the special effects these days. That's definitely Marvel nowadays. Complete and utter trash. Okay? And any of you people that think that this is gonna be good, that this new X-Men series is gonna be good, you are buffoons. You're like that guy that every time he plays, let's say, rock paper scissors against his cousin, he loses. And then he asks his cousin, "Hey, how you keep beating me all the time?" He's like, "Okay, I'll tell you, simple." And the cousin says, "Simple. Because every time you pick scissors, every single time, you always pick scissors. So since I always know what you're gonna pick, automatically, I just go with rock." Like, "Oh yeah?" And then the cousin says, "Oh, bet it'll be different this time." And the cousin's like, "Okay." And then they play rock, paper, scissors again. And then the guy picks scissors, and the other dude beats him. The cousin beats him again. And he's like, "Oh, I thought I had it this time." It's like, "Could you?" And the cousin's like, "Yo, could you pick something different for once?" That's how Marvel is. Just bland and boring. Good grief. It's such a lousy chore with Marvel. Such bland crap. It is garbage. It doesn't matter. Spider-Man freshman? No. I don't want to see a Peter Parker that's just, "Oh, I wonder what we could do for school dance." That's just not, doesn't have real world problems. That's not the real everyday man that he's supposed to be. I don't want to see that Parker. Not to mention those goggles that he had in that outfit, his beginner outfit. They look like trash because they try to add animations and stuff with them. It makes the goggles, it makes it look like crap. Good grief, it's not rocket science. Just put wide-eyed goggles. It doesn't have to be, he doesn't have to, they don't have to move all the time and shit. They just have to be wide-eyed and just boom, there. That's it. But no, they have to overcomplicate it for no reason. For no reason. I hate those goggles. Good grief. Anyway, that's all I wanted to give my thoughts on. This will fail, no doubt about it. And now their stock is even falling OD. So what does that tell you? Until next time, stay prime, friends.